Welcome to Guns, Optics, and Reloading. My name is Brian, and today we're going to talk about a new annealing machine that we have here. As you may have seen in a previous 2019 failures video, we had looked into salt bath annealing, and due to some research that Annealing Made Perfect had put out, well, salt bath annealing just didn't do it. So I started to look into some other devices. I really liked the Annealing Made Perfect machine, but it was way out of my budget. So, thanks to a friend, Jeff, on Facebook, you know who you are, thanks buddy, and Garrett, who owns Fluxeon, I was turned on to this machine here, and this is the Annealer. So, there's a couple things that really turned me on to this machine, and that is, one, it's very fast. 2, it's very precise, and 3, it's very consistent. And those are things when you're annealing, those are really important factors. You don't want your heat to stay too long and then you overdo it, and you don't want it to go not long enough so that you're not getting a good enough anneal. And you definitely want the metallic alloys and the crystalline structure of that metal to get to the right softness so that it is basically annealed properly. One of the reasons why I switched over from salt bath annealing. A couple other things I really like about this machine is that it's reliable. It's backed by a lifetime guarantee. It's made in the U.S. It's made right here. Also, for those of you who are over the pond, they do make a 230 volt 50 cycle version, and Fluxeon will ship worldwide. I basically ordered from Garrett, I got a basic kit. So this is the basic Annie. This is the water-cooled helical coil. This is the water kit again that hooks into that. So basically this allows me to run this at almost 100%. Some of the other options, a stand here that is a scissor stand that allows you to raise and lower on the brass, so depending on what different sizes you're doing, and a foot pedal for those of you who want to keep your hands free, things like that. Now this is a stand that Jeff, my buddy Jeff on Facebook, designed, and it helps. You can go really fast with this. Basically, you can anneal your brass. I don't have a pan under here right now, which I should, but I don't. But you can pull this lever, and voila, drop another one in there, hit the start button, again, and you can do that all day long, especially if you have the water cooled. If you don't have the water cooled, they have another magnetic ferrite coil unit that you can do that doesn't need the water cooling unit, but you can only do one case every 5 to 9 seconds, I believe is what it says on the website. If you're okay with that, cool. I like this. I can go a whole lot faster. A question some of you might have is, okay, cool, if I order this, how long does it take to get it? Generally, the turnaround time is 10 to 14 days, so give yourself 2 weeks. They do manufacture these here in the U.S. And let me look at my notes really quick. There is one thing I do want to tell you. Okay, so one of the questions that a buddy asked me is, okay, so they build these in the U.S. Do they build them 100%? So the answer to that is they do get sub-assemblies from contractors, such as like a populated printed circuit board, transformers, and then they build the final 20% of them, and then they test them all, put them through a quality control, the whole 9 yards. They make sure everything is burned in, tested. So that's why they're able to get these out in about 10 to 14 days, because some of it's put together, but they go through and they test everything, and that's one reason why. Another reason why I really like this is because I know it's going to work, and it has a lifetime guarantee. So if anything ever goes wrong with it, they'll fix it. So definitely something you want. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this on, and as you can see, it's going to turn on. Nice little unit. There's the fan, little pump. So when you look at the front of this, you've got your power, your heat, your set, which I'll show you that here in a second. This is the unit that powers the fan. There are also in here outputs so that it can control some other things. I'll talk about that here in a second, but let me just go ahead and give you the overview real quick. So this is it, and there's your start button. And if you're using the foot switch, that would connect right down there in the bottom. But as you can see, it's a very compact unit, made right here in the USA. And there's the scissor lift stand. And again, this little table is they've got plans on Facebook for this that Jeff designed. And I believe that actually Fluxeon is going to be coming out with a stand for this, but I built this myself. Some 3/8 inch Lexan and some nylon washers. Again, Jeff's design, but let me just show you this. This is what's really cool, and this is what I like about this, because with this, I can go through here and adjust. I tap this, push this in, and set, and this is the timer. So I can go anywhere from 20 seconds, or I can go from 0.0, 0.1, all the way to 20 seconds. Now, I am playing around right now, and then you just push it again to set it. Now, I've already played with this. I've used some Temple 700, so that's how I kind of figured out where to anneal this particular brass, at what temperature and how long. So, watch. I'll just go ahead and anneal one for you really quick. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the button. Watch the timer count down. See it smoke, and you probably saw the lights dim do a little bit, but it's done. That's it. And now I can, if I had a pan down here, I can literally just move that out of the way. That would fall into the pan, and I am going to touch this, even though it is hot. But you can see, look at that, bam. 1.9 seconds. So here, let's just go ahead and grab another one. Don't mind my microphone and my notes. I'm just going to go ahead and drop another one in here. Hit the button. Poof. It's already done. Ooh, hot. So I'm just not going to touch that one. But as you can see, it just sits right there inside those coils. And these coils do not get hot. With this water cooling system, I can sit here and run this over and over and over again as fast as I can, and it doesn't get warm. So it's a nice little feature, and you know, that's why this water cooling system is definitely an option I would look into. But again, so you got your power switch. Again, if you want to use the foot switch, you can plug that in right there, hands free it. This powers the fan, and again, other features. So, but that's it. So, and again, okay, well, let's just show you this real quick. So here's where your water in and out. This is where you attach. So you can swap out this induction section where you actually. So like if you wanted a different one or a bigger one, literally you just loosen these two screws right here, pull it out, unattach the water, put the new one in, tighten it down, and you're done. That fast. So you can swap this stuff out really quick, and it's really nice. That's just a kind of a basic overview of the unit, what it does, how it works, the stand. And there's some other things that, just some notes I'd like to go ahead and I'm going to pull out my notes here. In talking with Garrett, just some things about the companies that, you may want to know. They actually, the Annie is not the first device they came out with. They actually used to have one called the Roy, and a lot of the bench rest guys probably know this unit. It was really good, and in this design, they were trying to find something that was a little less expensive, eliminate some unnecessary features and things like that. So another thing that Fluxeon and the Annie community, another nice thing that I really do like about it is that they actually encourage the customer to add on to these things. The stands. Actually, there are some people out there who are testing automation stuff. An automated case feeder. They actually right now already have a piece that'll hook up with a Girard brass annealer, so that you can switch from a torch-fed system to an induction heating system and get a much more consistent anneal on your brass. They've already got the Girard stuff. There's a couple other companies out there that are in the process of building some things. Hopefully there's a company I'm going to be working with here soon looking at an automation thing, and I hope I can get a video out for you showing you how that works. This stand here that Jeff designed allows you to go really quick though, so you may not need one. I mean, if you can, you can do one piece of brass every 3 to 5 seconds with this. Just depends on how fast you can move your hands and not overdo it. Annie is currently being used by some national ammunition manufacturers already. They have different units, and so they're looking at expanding these. There's going to be case feeders, there's other things. But what's really neat too is this unit here that controls the fan, it can also do other things. And they're looking at adding on to programming in some relays and pause periods. So for the automation, it can control moving things and telling timers when to move things and stuff like that. Also, they're looking at adding some. I'm just going to read this because I keep trying to say it, and as you don't see this is about the 10th time I screwed it up, so I'm just going to read it. As well as a digital end-of-cycle pulse for use with programmable logic controllers or other microprocessor-controlled systems. Whew, got that out, so there you go. They're making available an open-source reference design for those of us who want to build our own cartridge feeders. So they're looking at selling parts kits to build your own, do things like that. Okay, so let's talk about one of their other units that they sell. This is the Annie, and then they also have the Super Annie. And I'm just going to read this real quick. The Super Annie is available for high throughput, large cartridge users. They have a customer right now who anneals 30 millimeter brass with one of the Super Annies. That goes to show you that thing can handle a workload. It's 100% water cooled, 100% duty cycle, and the Super Annie is also adaptable to other induction heating tasks such as soldering, brazing, melting, and heat treating. So that shows that if you want something that can handle a really, really heavy workload, you might want to look at the Super Annie. For just your normal everyday brass stuff, for just shooting, I would say this is going to be more than you need. I have literally seen this melt 50 BMG brass, like literally melt it. So I don't know if you need much more than that. So one nice thing about Fluxeon as well is that whenever they do come out with upgrades, they offer them to the customer at essentially free if they can, or a very low cost, depending on what needs to be done with the unit. So anyways, so that's just an overview of this. This is the Annie by Fluxeon. Website's in the description. Definitely, if you're in the market for an annealer, take a look at this. This is definitely a unit that, if you are looking for, again, repeatable, precise, consistent, dependable, warranted, lifetime, definitely the way to go. And it is made right here in the USA. So anyways, that's it for today. We're going to be doing some more videos on this hopefully soon. I just wanted to give you a quick overview of it, let you take a look at it. But anyways, that's it for now. So have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.